Hey guys, Kevin here from Pwn Zone Gaming. Today I'm going to be going through some gameplay of Orcs Must Die 2 on Hidden Gulch. We are playing Endless Mode. I am playing with my brother. Now, in Endless Mode, today I'm going to be talking mostly about the War Mage. There are two different characters that you can play in Orcs Must Die 2, the Sorceress and the War Mage. Now, the War Mage was there in the first game, but I'm going to be covering him first because there's plenty to talk about with the Sorceress. So, our main strategy when playing Hidden Gulch was for us to both start off placing archers on the left and right side, and then my brother took and put his coin forges towards the front area so that we could collect as much money as possible, so that we would have enough money to build our traps. Now, there are a number of new things, just in general, about Orcs Must Die 2, one of which you can see there. My brother has summoned a fancy skeleton coming out of the ground to fight alongside of you, actually taking over other enemies and using them towards your advantage is something that I've seen a lot of in Orcs Must Die 2. Now, as my primary weapons, I'm using the crossbow, I'm using the blunderbuss, which is a brand new weapon, and I'm using the flame bracers, and then for my traps I'm using the tar pit, the arrow wall, and the archers. So, one of the things I want to talk about was the blunderbuss, because it was a little weird for me when I first started playing the campaign. The first weapon that I used was actually the blunderbuss, which is kind of like a giant shotgun which has a grenade launcher alternate fire. So, I was expecting the crossbow, which I had come to love in the first game, and I didn't get that until later when I actually had to just buy it myself using my skulls. So you'll get to see the blunderbuss here. It's definitely a decent weapon. It's great against taking out flying targets. There's a lot of new flying targets in Orcs Must Die 2, and I found that the blunderbuss takes them down significantly quicker than the crossbow, because in the first game one of the painful things was trying to take down the aerial people really quick. With the crossbow, if you didn't hit them in the head, then it took quite a few shots, and it was just time consuming when you had enough to deal with on the ground. So with that shotgun kind of spread shot, it only takes one or two shots, and it's pretty easy to take them down. So you will see there were some different poison flying guys right there. As I said before, there were a lot of new aerial enemies. In this video in particular, you're going to see some poison ones, you're going to see some ice flyers, you're going to see, I think, some lightning ones that shoot lightning out, and unfortunately these new flyers are actually very good at killing your archers, so you have to manage your archers, because the archers do a lot of passive damage while you're running around. They kind of manage themselves, so you want to try and keep them alive as long as possible. So our main strategy here, I had already discussed what we had done earlier, but we are now on wave 8, is for me and him to basically just each take a side, and I'm basically stunning anything big that I can find with my crossbow, and then I'm lighting it on fire once I get enough mana, because I'll be discussing the upgrades a little bit later in this video, but one of the upgrades for my crossbow is that I can actually get more mana back by shooting people in the head. So I'd shoot him in the head, I'd stun him, and then I'd keep shooting him in the head, get some mana, throw some fire, and then go on with my way. Now, when we did get a break in between the levels, I would take and put tar and arrow pits down in these first couple of hallways, and then I started filling in the other one later. Now, we did have also some lightning traps. My brother was using those. Basically, he can chain together a lot of different attacks. Basically, it shocks them in a string, and so you'll see those going up as well during the video. Now, what we just fought was, I'm not exactly sure what he's called, but he's made of money, basically. Whenever you shoot him, coins come off of him, and he's definitely one of the harder people to kill in the new game, but he gives you a significant amount of money when you do kill him, so you want to kind of look out for him and try and kill him on your coin forges if you can. Now, one of the other enemies you're seeing right now are elementals, earth elementals. Now, there are larger ones. The larger ones you can see right there, they split into two, and then each of those two will split into four. Or will split into another two, so you'll end up facing 4 at the end if you kill them all the way down. So you can see right here where I'm fighting 2 of them at a time, it can get pretty overwhelming, because now I have 4 of the medium-sized ones, and then once I split those off, then I've got plenty more to deal with. So you can see how it can get quickly out of hand, especially in the endless mode. It definitely picks up quick. Now, if you played the first game, you're going to notice right here we're dealing with null hunters, which are really bad news. In the first game and in this game, they continue their streak of basically just being characters that come after you. Every other unit basically will go after the portal in some fashion. They're trying to get into the portal. That's the main purpose of the enemies in the game. Once you let too many through the portal, you lose. But in here, basically what happened was the Null Hunters take and they go straight after you. They skip the portal completely and they just try and kill you, which does indeed, when you die, cause I think 3 losses on your portal number. So the thing that you want to do is try and kill the Nulls as quick as possible, and they do actually have a new type of Null Hunter, which is what we are calling the Grenade Null Hunter, where they basically take and throw grenades at you and at your archers, and basically destroy your archers very quickly, which is very bad news. And so you want to try and take them down as quickly as possible. Again, stunning them with the crossbow is in your best interest. So here you'll see we start to get a little bit overwhelmed. I did put in our final round, which was round 28. We started to get a little distracted. I was looking up. You can see my camera's kind of looking off into the distance there, where you're seeing some lightning bats, and we actually just got attacked by some. Those do a significant amount of damage. We had lost another 3 because my brother had died, because those lightning bats take your health down very quickly. But you'll see we're fighting a couple of fire ogres and a troll, which is another new enemy. Now there are a couple of different trolls, the regular troll, and then you'll have the basically the super troll. I think it's a mountain troll, and he's super big and super hard to kill, and so God help you if you get to him. You'll want to stun him repeatedly and just kind of have a team effort. But you'll see that we kind of got gangbang there at the end, and by the time I respawned, we had lost, I don't know, like I think 15 of our rift points in literally half a second. So we'd already played this through, so I didn't get any skulls from the main part, but I did get 9 bonus skulls. Now, one of the things about Orcs Must Die 2 is that skulls aren't as precious as they were in the first game. You can actually find skulls in your actual gameplay while you're playing the game, and then you get a significant amount when you actually complete levels. You'll get those bonus skulls, so it actually is good for you to spend them. I would hoard them in the first game, but in this game it's okay to just spend them, and you don't really feel bad because you can always get them from other places. Now you'll see on the upgrades here, each weapon has 3 specific levels, and then it also has 2 uniques. Now the uniques basically give it a special thing, and you can pick one of 2 uniques, and you can switch between them. That was one of the things that kind of threw me off. You also see there's a bunch of trinkets that you can switch through that give you also passive and active bonuses. So with all these different upgrades, I'm definitely really impressed with Orcs Must Die 2. So I would definitely recommend it. I've already gotten my money's worth so far, and I don't remember how much I paid for it, but I would have easily paid double that and still have gotten my money's worth. So I definitely recommend checking it out because the upgrades and everything are a lot of fun. I've played this a lot already, and I haven't even played the Sorceress yet, so hopefully I'll be bringing you some gameplay for that soon. So thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and I will be putting out more Orcs Must Die stuff soon. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.